In a world where one has places to go, people to see, money to make, how does one find time to get all of it done? See, this is the hustle for sure. My name is Ryan Vernon. And the goal of this year is just to worry about consistency. Shout out to the 5 E's. That first one, I guess we'll call it ego. Entertainment, engineering, entrepreneurship, and education. Going off the last episode, education, entrepreneurship, those are two aspects that I like to think everything I do I do exceptionally well. It's just in those two things. I just need time to build and grow. And so talking about education, I've been struggling to talk about it. I've tried to record this several times, just couldn't. So much so that I'm just I'm just gonna keep it simple. Literally, I'm just gonna keep it simple. First, I started off by reading the definition of education because we read a book once and we learned that words have power, so we might as well know what a word means. So to start with educate, the first definition, to provide with schooling. 2, to develop mentally and morally. Also to provide with information. In education, the action or process of educating or being educated. 2, a field of study dealing with methods of teaching and learning. Because we read a dictionary, there's words around it: educational television, edutainment. Yet when looking at educate, the definition, to develop mentally and morally, the idea to develop mentally makes sense, but to develop morally, that was just interesting that it was just part of the word. But yet, just to keep it simple, with the idea of consistency in mind, when I think about education, I think about Lauryn Hill and the idea of maybe I was miseducated. But the idea of what really matters. With that in mind, I go, okay, if I was miseducated, what really matters, that means I have to re-educate myself. Yet when I think about my life, I've had so many years in education that it just takes time to re-educate myself to what I think what really matters. I think about my daily habits and some things like reading a book, learning about investing, limiting social media, things like that, to where like Jesus and him walking, it just takes time to really talk about this episode. And I think I've been struggling because it's something where I can just go into deep about just education, literally. Yet, in a world where one has places to go, people to see, and money to make, to take the time to just unpack all those layers of education, it's interesting. Literally, it is. But I got places to go, people to see, and money to make, and we're just gonna keep it simple. Literally, we're just gonna keep it simple and be like, we know what education means, and we know it's gonna take time to re-educate ourselves. Yet I'm here to put in that daily work to re-educate myself to when I think down the line and I'm a high school math teacher, it's the idea of I'm not able to give back because I've taken the time to develop myself, to re-educate myself to where you're gonna leave. I think about high school math, 12th grade being like one of the best jobs. But it's the idea of you may not even leave knowing math and applying math to future careers and things like that, yet at least you may pick up a couple thing or two to help you in this thing that we call the real world. That's how I see it. Maybe I've been miseducated. What really matters? It takes time to re-educate. Been struggling to record this, literally. Yet we're going with that because we're just gonna keep it simple. Literally, we're just keeping it simple. Sometimes you just gotta keep it simple, you feel me? And on that note, this is just a reminder for y'all to keep hustling. Keep hustling. Peace.